It's starting now. There you go, you're on.
Well, thank you all for coming to our board meeting this evening. We are excited for the first board meeting of the new school year and to see so many smiling faces here for recognition, my favorite part of each month, for both our students and educators. So to get things started, I think I need to do reading, we'll do the pledge of allegiance, and then we'll get right to all the awards and recognition. So, to confirm, the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of public bodies, at which time any business affecting their interests is discussed and acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this Act and Board of Education Policy 0162, Board of Education, Borough of Bound has caused notice of this meeting to be posted in the board office at Bound High School and mailed or faxed to the Courier News, Bound Borough Clerk, South Bound Board of Education, and any person who has requested individual notice and paid the required fee. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Gorski, a roll call, please.
Certainly. Mr. Bell.
Here.
Mr. Dawson.
Here.
Ms. Gazino.
Here.
Ms. Carlton.
Here.
Mr. Zupko.
Here.
Ms. Moosen. Mr. Minhas.
Here.
Ms. Hyde.
Here.
Mr. Vollmer.
Here.
And Mr. Januzzi.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum present this evening.
Thank you very much. At this point, I will turn over to Dr. Freeman for our superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our September meeting. It is so great to see everybody out tonight. We've been without students and families all throughout the summer, so it's very exciting tonight that we're going to be giving out recognition to everyone. So it's very, very happy to see you. At this time, I would like to call forward Dr. S. for Lamont and Lamont Annex.
Everybody, good evening. Congratulations to Dylan Diavilla. Dylan attends our preschool program. His teacher, Mrs. Shapiro, selected him for Student of the Month. Fun fact, his sister was just selected for Smalley School area, so congratulations. His favorite subject is play Play-Doh in the Arts Center and do dramatic play. And his career plans to become a police officer. Congratulations. You ready? Okay. Congratulations to Esmeralda Picado. She's currently in our our kindergarten program in Mrs. Doherty's class. Her favorite school subject. There she goes. She's coming.
She's on her way down. Let's give her a hand.
So her favorite school subject is math. Her career plans is she wants to also become a police officer when she goes up. So congratulations.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 2. One more. Perfect.
Next student of the month is Emma Chacon. She's currently in our first grade program. Subject is writing. Her favorite hobby is cheerleading and drawing, and her career plans is Emma wants to be a Teacher, congratulations.
One more. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Congratulations, okay, next up, we'll have Mr. Hayes. Doctor, I'm gonna say doctor, that doesn't mean you're going back to school. Mr. Hayes from Lafayette School.
Okay, our second grade student of the month is Tyler Bailey. Tyler is in second grade. He's in Mrs. Petrick's class, who's here with us tonight. He has one sister and 5 brothers. His favorite school subject is math. His favorite hobby is to play soccer, and he wants to work at Walmart when he gets older.
Ready?
Come on.
1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Here. Okay, our third grade student of the month is Stevenson Veloso Martinez. Stevenson is in third grade. He's in Miss Esposito's class. He has a sibling named Jefferson. His favorite school subject is math. He loves to play soccer with his brother, and he wants to be a soccer player when he grows up.
Good
Here
job.
you go, Stevenson.
Okay, next we have Mrs. Winter from Smalley School.
So our fourth grade student of the month, it's a very lucky day tonight, Aria De Avila. So as you know, Aria has a younger brother, Dylan, who was honored tonight as well. Her favorite subjects are art and gym. She loves to play the piano, and she either wants to be a photographer, an artist, or a scientist.
Smile. Second one, 1, 2, 3. All right. Way to go. Keep it together.
Thank you, Maria. Our fifth grade student of the month is David Hernandez. David told me he has 4 siblings. A lot of siblings at home, right? And his favorite subject is math and science. He loves to play at the playground and watch TV. And he would like to go to the military when he grows up.
All right. Okay.
And our final student of the month, our 6th grade, is Michaela Caldwell. So Michaela has a younger sister. Her favorite subjects are math and gym. Her favorite hobbies are basketball, robotics, and engineering. And when I asked her what she wanted to do, she had a lot of choices. She told me either a professional basketball player, a barber, something to do with robotics and engineering, or an electrician. So she's a very
congratulations to our Smalley School Students of the Month. At this time, we'll call Dr. Santaserva up for the CMS Students of the Month.
Hello, everyone. Please join me in honoring the Community Middle School 7th grade Student of the Month, Emery Medina. So Emery was nominated by Miss DeBetta. Emery has siblings Eden, 3 years old, and Elias? Yeah, Elias, 8 months old, so you got your hands full helping out at home. Favorite subject is English, and when you grow up, you want to become a soccer player. He currently enjoys playing soccer for the community middle school. Enjoys painting nails with their friends, doing hair, and doing creative things like that, and wants to go to college, play soccer, and become a veterinarian.
One more. 1, 2, 3.
The 8th grade Student of the Month from the Community Middle School, Jeremy Steller. Jeremy was nominated by Mr. Raphael, has a brother, Justin, 17 years old, sister Carly, 10, and a brother, Liam, who's 1. Again, very busy at home. Favorite subjects are social studies, and I have to kind of add something in. Jeremy's running for our 8th grade Student Council Treasurer, which the elections are coming up soon. Congratulations, Mr. Jeremy, for that. And you'll be going to Washington, D.C. to further learn a little bit more about student government come the spring. Favorite hobbies are cooking, baking, listening to music, and playing video games. And when Jeremy grows up, wants to be a chef and a restaurant owner. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our CMS Students of the Month. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Smith for high school.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to announce the Crusader Citizens of the Month for the month of September. Those of you that do not know, Crusader Citizen of the Month Award is in recognition of students that demonstrate positive Crusader citizenship traits such as responsibility, respect, kindness, integrity, cooperation, tolerance, and perseverance. Our first recipient, Emma Baker. Okay, Emma is in the 12th grade. She has 2 siblings, Lily and Jonathan Baker. Her favorite subjects in school are math and history. Her favorite hobbies include playing sports, shopping, and spending quality time with her family and friends. In the future, her career plans include studying to become a school psychologist.
One more. All right.
Our next recipient, Nelson Santos. I know Nelson could not be here this evening, but I'll read his bio anyway. Nelson is in the 11th grade. He has 3 sisters, Yvette, Victoria, and Melanie. His favorite subjects in school are English and entrepreneurship. His favorite hobbies include playing football and working out at the gym. And in the future, he wants to become an entrepreneur in some capacity. Our next recipient, Allison Mora. Allison is in the 10th grade and she is an only child. Her favorite subject in school is history. Her favorite hobbies include playing soccer, listening to music, and painting. And in the future, her career plans include going to college to become an ultrasound technician. And our final recipient for the high school is Xavier Ortiz. Okay, Xavier is in the 9th grade. He has one sibling, Jasleet Ortiz. His favorite subject in school is math. Favorite hobbies include playing sports, and in the future, he plans to become a mechanical engineer.
Congratulations to our PBHS Citizens of the Month. Next, we have our Employees of the Month, our Educator of the Month, and support staff. At this time, I'd like to call the District Educator of the Month, with a big smile on her face back there, up to the front, Ms. Asia Christensen.
So this is only day 3 for me in the school district. But with that said, what I've read about Ms. Christian really exemplifies what an educator of the month, or even of the district or of the year would be. So I just want to share with you what her colleagues have written about her. Ms. Christian being selected as the teacher of the month is no surprise for those of us fortunate enough to work with her. She is exceptionally dedicated to her students. She constantly goes above and beyond to ensure that each student feels valued, understood, and equipped to succeed, whether it's through personalized instruction, extra help after school, or simply being a compassionate listener. Inside the classroom, she demonstrates a deep commitment to evolving as an educator, always exploring new methods and best practices to ensure her teaching is engaging, effective, and responsive to students' needs. Outside of the classroom, she remains a constant source of guidance and encouragement, making herself available to help students navigate academic and personal challenges. Her leadership and professionalism sets a shining example for her colleagues, and her positive impact is felt across the school community. It is this dedication both to student growth and her own professional development that makes Ms. Christian deserving of being honored as teacher of the month.
He's coming out.
Yeah, you coming this way?
One more. All right, perfect.
Congratulations. And for our support staff of the month, Mrs. Aria Driscoll.
The Lafayette teachers and staff are delighted to recognize Aria Driscoll as Employee of the Month. Mrs. Driscoll consistently exemplifies excellence in her role as school secretary. As the first point of contact for staff, students, and families, she warmly greets everyone with a smile, creating a welcoming and positive atmosphere at Lafayette from the morning until the late afternoon. In her role as principal secretary, Aria manages a wide range of administrative duties with precision and dedication, from answering the phones and responding to inquiries to coordinating appointments and ensuring that I am always on time. She handles everything with efficiency. Aria meticulously oversees purchase orders and supplies, making certain that all ordered items are received. She also monitors Lafayette's budget and spending, ensuring that invoices are paid promptly and accurately. Her attention to detail extends to maintaining the confidentiality of all staff and student records and personal information. More than anything, Mrs. Driscoll's personality, professionalism, and dedication make Lafayette a wonderful place to work and visit. She approaches each task and responsibility with care, professionalism, and thoroughness, ensuring that tasks are completed effectively and with precision. Her ability to manage multiple priorities while providing outstanding service to the entire school community makes her an invaluable asset to Lafayette. Also, she bakes us lots of cookies all the time, and they are phenomenal. So, thank you, Aria, for all that you do.
Congratulations.
One, two, one more. All right.
One last round of applause. Educators. Okay, at this time, I'd like to call Kenny Sinnott to the podium. Okay, for those of you who don't know Kenny, he's a lead bus driver and co-coordinator of transportation. Besides being an outstanding bus driver and the fearless leader of our transportation team, he is an outstanding human being. Would you agree? Yes. Since my tenure in this district, and I can tell you that you won't find a more caring, compassionate person whose main desire in life seems to be to give a helping hand and put a smile on the face of everyone he comes in contact with, whether it's a student, teacher, or colleague. A joke, a nice thing to say.
Definitely a joke.
Right? Definitely a joke. So nice thing to say.
To loosen up the week, you know?
There you go. All right. So we're very grateful for his dedication and commitment. He has shown to our district and community, and we're blessed to have him as part of our team. But that's not why he's here tonight. He's here because a couple of weeks ago, he had a situation with one of our buses, a dangerous situation where his quick thinking and calm response made a safe situation for passersby and local walkers. So as many of you may have seen on the news, one of our buses caught on fire on Route 18 while Kenny was driving it back from being serviced. Kenny, being the professional that he is, pulled over to the side of the road away from oncoming traffic and a nearby overpass with his quick thinking. Noticing the bus was catching on fire, luckily no kids were on board. He grabbed the fire extinguisher and tried to do what he does, trying to save our bus.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
The extinguisher worked, but trying didn't work.
Right, and he tried to put it out before realizing it was too much. So he stepped aside, and according to the police, this is what they said. Kenny's quick action prevented what would have been a very dangerous situation for oncoming traffic and the nearby overhead. His quick thinking saved lives, not the children on the bus, but those passing by. So tonight, we want to take a minute to acknowledge him for that. So let's give him a round of applause.
I'm not used to standing up here, but I appreciate the recognition. I think that anybody that drives probably would have been the same thing, I hope, but I didn't have a chance to think about it, I just had to do it. But I saw I had a clear path to the right, I just went over the curb away from the traffic just to get it as far over. So I figured that nobody would be near me, and I just stopped before the bridge. It just seemed like, also the timing of where it happened, I was lucky too. You know, but nobody got involved, there were police right there, and two out-of-town police cars too, actually were just cutting through. They said, "Do you need help?" Anybody on the bus? I said, "No, thank God." And first time I grabbed the extinguisher ever, I never thought I'd have to do that. You know, I never did, but there wasn't enough powder in the extinguisher. Yeah, a lot of fire. Thanks again for this. I didn't expect this. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Ken.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. There you go.
Mike. Do you want the people up front or on stage?
We're gonna do a big picture. There's gonna be a lot.
Oh, good.
Yes.
It's hard to catch.
One last round of applause for Ken. At this time, we're going to take some pictures. With the employees of the month, please stay. I want a picture with you tonight. Well, at this time, our students of the month, would you please, and your families, students of the month and families, please come to the stage. We're going to take a group picture to put on Facebook if you agree.
Actually, she cried in 8th grade.
I'm
They let me in.
gonna.
Don't mind me.
The flag.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't do road games. But when I saw 100 people, I feel those kids, they were all different. Big boys. What an enjoyable game. It's an enjoyable game to watch. Yeah. Yeah, you make a criminal fight us. We're not in
Right in the middle.
Keep going. Keep going. Some room right there. Come on down, little guys. Come on down. Right here. Hello. Yeah.
Sneakers are awesome. I bet they're big.
Yeah. You really can block it. It's fine. We're in all of these. Well, here we go.
One more. 1, 2, 3. All right.
It's not school hours, it's celebration.
Congratulations, everyone. You did.
Hey, John, we got that from a veteran.
I heard it, but it was over here before, it's going back over here.
That's his. Yeah, I don't even have a name today. Just
It's gonna stay the way it is for now.
I was picking up my students the other day, the teacher took me out there. What? Why don't know why? That's fair.
Mikey.
I was like that at the bottom of the parents. So many little admin.
Rosie, hold on, you were talking. I know, I can't. What's more, baby Friday? Baby Friday, yep. Remember the cake? Remember the cake you gave us? As a baby, I said, baby Friday. Right?
And it was so much. We're not a walking distance. I know how often.
We'll be taking 5 minutes. Oh, yeah. They got a great time.
Well, he took his assignment seriously. So I mean,
See them on.
Coming over to right?
Yeah, Vic's
no, that's the right. The right of us. Our right, the speaker's right.
Wow.
Oh, wait, that's the first. Can I take a picture?
It's on Zoom. It's exciting.
Good job, Jeremy.
Mr. Coney. I want to take a picture.
Oh, no.
No, I don't want that one. I mean, I would.
All right.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. It's so depressing. Excited to make me think of Central. So long, congratulations. We're good online? We're good. All right, guys, with our recognition out of the way, why don't we move to our student board member report?
All right, very long report today. So to start, sports teams. Boys soccer is currently on a 3-game win streak with a record of 5-4 and are currently ranked #1 in the Skyline Mountain Division. Girls soccer currently has a record of 2 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie, with their next home game being tomorrow against Delaware Valley at 4 p.m. Girls tennis currently has a record of 3-7, with their next game being tomorrow at Immaculata at 4 p.m. Girls volleyball currently has a record of 3-5, with their next game being tomorrow at Gillis City Birds at 4 p.m. And cross country, we currently had a competition at Duke Island Park today with promising times, including runner Harrison Musson, who's running a 19:11 5K with the Central Jersey Group 1 qualifying time being around 19 minutes. So good luck to him. For school related, there is a new club called the Life Skills Exchange Club, which intends on teaching students various life skills that will be used throughout their lives after high school. The high school in Lafayette's back to school night is tomorrow, September 26th. Professional development day for student representatives over Somerset County is set a tentative date for December 6th. Girls volleyball is hosting an Applebee's breakfast on October 20th, with admission being $14 and all proceeds going to the team. Boundbrook homecoming is October 19th, with being a night in Paris. In other news, Boundbrook Recreation basketball tryouts are this week on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Recreation soccer is hosting a soccer shootout on October 6th at 9 a.m. in collaboration with the Boundbrook Lodge and Middlesex Lodge at the turf field. The Boundbrook Fire Department is hosting Fire Prevention Week events from October 6th to 12th, where people can learn about fire safety and see the equipment and trucks. And the Boundbrook Robotics team, Team 56, is hosting RoboCon in collaboration with other teams in the area, where there will be competitions within the Bridgewater Commons Hall. And that is this weekend, the 28th and 29th. That's it.
Good job. Very good. Any questions for our student board member? All right. Let's move on to committee reports. First up is education, Mr. Dawson.
Good evening, everyone. The Education Committee met earlier this month. We reviewed a club request for a math club that we're excited about. We also spent some time looking at the end of year data from iReady and IXL. We were really motivated and encouraged by the data, which shows so many different students at so many different grade levels making progress. We think we are off to a great start, and that we're hopeful that this data will give teachers a lot of good information in small groups and meet kids where they are and help continue to push them to grow. Certainly, we expect the kids to make a great level of growth every year, but it's really inspiring to see that all the work our teachers and our administrators are doing, we have students growing a year and a half in a single year's time. So that speaks to the students' hard work, but also the hard work of our staff in responding to their needs and targeting their instruction. So we had a really positive meeting, and we're excited about where we go next.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Any questions on education? All right, hearing none, we are up to governance. Mr. Bell.
Okay, we spent a lot of our meeting going over new policies, most of which are mandated. A lot of them have to do with vaccinations. One that stood out that didn't was that students are going to be allowed to attend one civic day per year as an excused absence. It don't have to be approved by the district, but they can get out and kind of see government and civics in action and have that excused. Another thing that's coming through the New Jersey State Legislature right now that we discussed is it's a bill now, possible law that would allow athletes to forgo phys ed and replace it with a study hall. Of course, we have to really flesh it out as far as which athletes are eligible, what sports qualify, things like that. There's some things that would have to be worked out, but there's a lot of pluses to it, including, I thought a really big deal is a lot of kids in high school especially who have jobs after school and other things and watch siblings, and they don't get the opportunity to play because they have so many other commitments, would have a study hall where they could maybe get homework done, and that would allow them to play, which would be great. So it's something definitely for us to explore. It's not a law in New Jersey yet, but there are other places that do it, so we're definitely going to look into it. We also got a draft of our newly written strategic plan to look over. So the committee will probably next month have a report on that, but it looks nice. So we'll let you know. We'll let you know. And the last thing, I did email today. I contacted our field rep, and after a little bit of back and forth, she actually has our meeting scheduled. She said the next meeting that she is available for training is in December. So if you didn't check your email, I think it's December. Oh, no, I forgot, 18th, 16th, or whatever December is. She will be here at 5:30 before the meeting to do our training on student achievement, which also will be the hour we need to officially achieve master board certification. So also keep your calendar open for next year when we get recognized by the county. Obviously, it doesn't mean that's the last training we'll ever do. We'll keep going, but this one's a big one. So please try to attend our December meeting at 5:30. That's it for me.
Excellent job. Thank you, Mr. Bell. Any questions on governance?
Yeah, one question.
Sure. Please, Mr.
It's a
Bell.
simple one. The master board level, is that the highest we can get as a group or?
I think it is, right?
So within the New Jersey School Boards Association's hierarchy, the answer to that is yes.
Is there another hierarchy we should shoot for?
I'm not
Is there
100% aware of
world, is there
it.
national or world school boards?
If there is, we're going.
I want that.
That's right.
If that exists, that's what I want.
We will find out what the next tier available to reaches, but I
Black
was
belt.
when Ms. Reese was here last month, she did say that very few boards of education in the state of New Jersey attain this, because it requires not only a commitment to training and continuing education, but some amount of stability on the board, because turnover also will affect it. So I think it's really commendable that we've reached this point, but as Mr. Val said, and you intimated, we're not done. So we will find out what comes next.
Thank you so much for being the leader and setting up all those meetings for us.
Absolutely, Mike. You did a great job. Any other comments or questions for governance? All right, we are up to now human resources. Ms. High was actually unavailable for the meeting. She called out sick from our unpaid positions that day. And Ms. Musson isn't here tonight, so I will just give a brief report. As you can see from agenda item number 7, which I think goes 90-ish, 91 resolutions deep. The administrative team has been actively attempting to fill as many open positions as possible. This was in the run-up to the first few days of school, and that work continues even now. We did go through all of the open positions that were still available to be filled. And not only the strategy to fill them, but the strategy to cover for the ones that we didn't have. And, you know, Dr. Freeman and his team have done a really fantastic job of making sure that even though we haven't found all the right teachers just yet, that all of the classes will be covered sufficiently. And given the volume, that really was the majority of what we discussed during that. Any comments or questions on human resources? Okay, hearing none, Mr. Zupko, you are up for operations.
Okay.
Buckle up.
On operations committee. So as per the request of the committee, Dr. Freeman and Mr. Gorski presented the professional services contract with a law firm, along with historical billing amounts for the past 2 years. The committee reviewed everything, proposed items, terms and conditions, and recommended renewal of the contract. Mr. Gorski also was phenomenal and presented an update to the committee on the status of the fiscal audit. He indicated that much of the testing, with the exception of subsequent events, have been completed. The testing of the disbursements of payroll have been completed according to the auditor. The state of New Jersey is again causing a delay. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to have Mr. Gorski expound on this a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Zupko. The state of New Jersey provides numbers called on behalf figures, and that's the pension numbers that the state pays on behalf of the school district. Those expenditures that are the obligation of the state are related to the school district operations, so they carry over into our government-wide financial statement. But the state is late again with these numbers, so it could cause a slight delay in our audit report. We expect it to be ready in November, but we're anxiously awaiting the data to come from the state.
Thank you, Mr. Gorski. I appreciate that. We also talked about payroll verification. Mr. Gorski informed the committee that the district is required under New Jersey law to verify the existence of all full-time employees receiving compensation. And the process is being planned for October 15th, 16th, and 17th, whereby staff authorized by the superintendent will visit each school to request that all full-time staff present suitable picture ID and sign a roster. The state's purpose of requiring this verification is to confirm that there are no fictitious employees in the payroll. The process will conclude with a certification that the superintendent be executed and sent to the county. Mr. Gorski, do you want to comment on that at all?
No, I think that was very complete. Thank you.
All right. Mrs. Cole. So Mr. Gorski updated the committee on the structural issues that were recently identified in the high school gym by a contractor proposing to replace the retractable backboards and padding. Contractor identified new cracks in the gym block walls. Let me stop here. I have to say that this conversation, the committee was very involved and very concerned about this subset of what we're talking about. So this was something that I'm glad the administrative team, and I want to take my hat off to them, as well as the committee, took very seriously. Structural engineer was retained to inspect the facility. He recommended a ground penetrating radar test to determine the existence of rebar. The existence of rebar is important in determining the extent of the repairs that are required. Separately, the structural engineer offered an opinion that he feels that the cracking was caused by the recent earthquake. So the district notified the insurance carrier. Finally, the ground penetrating radar test did not identify the existence of rebar. So more extensive repair work will be required before the new basketball equipment can be installed. A proposal for engineering is being presented to the board at the next meeting. The engineer has issued a preliminary report indicating that the structure is, quote, in no immediate danger associated with these conditions. It is prudent to address the structural issues taken care of before they worsen. Comprehensive investigation, including the radar scan and destructive probing, is recommended to evaluate the detailed properties of the CME walls and formulate a plan for permanent remediation. The community expressed concern, as I just recently noted, that the gym and sports activities in particular be considered possibly outsourced at another venue. Now, Mr. Gorski, would you like to expand upon that?
Yes, thank you. First of all, we don't want anybody getting alarmed with the situation. The structural engineer has determined that the facility is safe for use, otherwise it would be closed. However, we want to make sure that it has the structural integrity that it needs to have a long and continuous life. So there's going to be two proposals presented to the board as far as repairs. Now that rebar, which are steel beams that go through the block that get some integrity to them, are not there. They probably weren't required by code back then. So we're going to have two operations. One is to put rebar through the blocks into the ground so that it stiffens up the building. The other one is a new technology that provides like a mesh steel membrane on the inside of the walls, which will take up a couple inches of space. The engineer has offered his opinion that he thought the traditional way of putting the rebar through was better, and we'll study that at the committee. The price is actually higher for the new technology, although the benefit of that is it saves a couple weeks of construction time, and there may be a little less dust and debris. Again, the facility is safe for use. We're working with the high school administration and the athletic administration to provide some additional security at the game, just to make sure that the bleachers don't get too rocking during those basketball games, and everything is being used as it should be. And everything's fine. We'll provide more updates in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Gorski. We also got we're just going to be a little redundant, bus fire update. We were informed that the committee, that the bus fire has been deemed by the insurance carrier to lead to a loss. A replacement bus has been identified and a transfer request is awaiting board approval. It will be then sent to the county. Specifics on the replacement bus was reviewed and accepted by transportation, the driver, county, and the committee. Finally, new field trip request. The committee talked about an unbudgeted request for a field trip to the planetarium as presented by Dr. Freeman. The committee inquired about fundraising attempts and how much the board contribution was expected to be. And that's all I have. So questions, comments, concerns, big response. And
Thank you, Mr. Zepko. Any comments, questions? All right. Hearing none, I will just report that item 4.5, we don't have an update for this meeting, but we will have one at a future date. Which brings us up to item 4.6, which is our southbound board member report.
Thank you. Not much to report since school just started, but Dr. Goki was invited by Sean Covey, Stephen Covey's son, to participate in an advisory committee related to the Leader in Me program, and she accepted. And then South Bound is getting ready to start strategic planning. Our first meeting is on October 29th. And that's it.
And just one question on the strategic planning, are you guys setting that up similar to the way we did it with community engagement and involvement, or is it just a board activity?
We have our first pre-planning meeting.
Oh, pre-planning.
So,
Got
yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
Sounds good. All right, any questions on that report? All right, before we move on, any final questions or comments at all on the committees? Okey-dokey. At this point, we are up to item 5.1, which is open to the public for agenda items only. Anybody who's interested, please come down to the podium, sign in with name, address, and affiliation, and know that we do have a speaking limit of, I believe, 5 minutes per item to allow all people that want to talk to have the opportunity, at which point we can recycle that back through potential speakers. Don't see anybody on site here rushing to the podium. How about online? Nobody's online. Nothing online as well. So we are closed for item 5.1 and moving to item 6.1. Be it resolved that the Bound Board of Education, upon recommendation of the superintendent, approves the minutes of the following meetings, regular and executive meeting minutes for August 21st, 2024. Have a motion? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Hyde. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Bell.
Abstain.
Thank you. Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Ms. Gazino.
Yes.
Ms. Carlton.
Abstain.
Thank you. Mr. Zupko.
Abstain.
Thank you. Mr. Minhas. Yes. Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Mr. Volmer.
Yes.
And Mr. Januzzi.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item 7.1, be it resolved that the superintendent recommends for approval the resolutions as outlined in district personnel resolutions. This is 7.2 through 7.91. Can I have a motion? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Zupko. A second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Carlton. Any discussion?
It's a long list.
It's a long list, yes. All right, can we have a roll call, please?
Certainly. Second was Ms. Carlton.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Bell.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Ms. Gazino.
Yes.
Ms. Carlton.
Yes, abstain from 7.49 to 7.90.
Thank you. Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
Ms. Musin. Mr. Minhas. Yes. Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Mr. Volmer.
Yes. Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item 8.1, be it resolved that the Falmouth Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in district education resolutions. This is 8.2 through 8.15. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. A second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Carlton. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Bell.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Ms. Gazino.
Yes.
Ms. Carlton.
Yes, except for 8.7 to 8.15.
Were you abstaining, I assume?
Abstain, yes.
Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
Ms. Musin. Mr. Minhas.
Yes.
Ms. Hyde.
Yes.
Mr. Volmer.
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Thank you. Be it resolved that the Falmouth Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in board action resolutions. This is 9.2 through 9.48. I have a motion.
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Fowler. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Hyde. Any discussions?
Just wanted to add that I think it's really exciting the agreements that the board and the district are entering with the universities around. I think it's no shortage, there's a big shortage of educators in the country in New Jersey right now, and I think building those relationships and cultivating opportunities for people to student teach here, intern here is a really smart way for us to get dibs on great candidates in the future. So It's one of 40-something resolutions, but I think it's a really important step for the district. I think we should be excited about it.
Agreed, and the only thing that I would add is it's just one of many programs that have been implemented recently to help address that. And not only, to attract talent from the outside, but to build some of the talent that we already have in-house, so excellent job. Mr. Zupko?
Yes, I just wanted to, I'm looking at the agenda here, 9.7, probably one of my favorites for the pies.
I didn't even have to look, I knew it.
The other thing is that we just want to look at, I think I speak on behalf of the board, that we really appreciate the donations that we're getting. I hope you realize that every little bit helps, and we're so appreciative, so thank you very much.
Agreed.
I wanted to make a comment also. It's on 9.15, which was the class of 1974.
Thank you, because I was gonna ask you to talk about that if you can.
Oh, I could go on forever, as you all know. But I really want to say, there's so many to thank, but we had our 50th high school reunion this past weekend. It was absolutely fantastic. And we wanted to thank so many from Bellbrook School District who just started us off to an incredible weekend. So Dr. Freeman, Mrs. Griffin, Mr. Ross, and Mrs. Heisterman, we met at the board office. There were 5 of us who met, 4 who were on the committee. And they greeted us, first of all, with coffee and pastries, wonderful. And they gave us, the committee gave us backpacks, we had a t-shirt, we had a water bottle, we have our pin, which I love, enter to serve, go forth to serve, enter to learn, go forth to serve. And every one of us wore it to the reunion. And I've seen people since and they still are wearing it. It was just a hit. We also got a copy of the novel Bodega Dreams, which I will be reading because I'm going on a trip, so I'll do that this week. We went to the high school, we got the grand tour with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Larson, Mr. Cleary. We also got t-shirts from the high school. Yes, we went with every inch here. And everybody had a story and they were so gracious and listened to all of our stories. We went on to the community school and everybody on this committee had been in Bellbrook from kindergarten through high school. So we started kindergarten, we all graduated. We had one person who went to, what was that, St. Joe's. And again, all of these stories. There were 3 students who gave us a tour. They were so articulate. They were so pleasant, they were excited, they answered all of our questions. It was fabulous. From there, we went on to Lafayette and we were greeted with Mrs. Cajellas. And there were 6 student tour guides that were this tall. They, 2nd graders and 3rd graders, they had little clipboards with pencils, taking notes and then sharing with us what their favorite things were.
Tell them who your favorite tour guide was.
Well, my tour guide, so one of the tour guides is my backyard neighbor who happens to be my son. And from what I hear too, he went home because I was talking to Nicole over the fence. And he went home and said, yes, we had a tour guide. Who did you show? And he goes, Sue. I said, perfect. But so Lafayette, it just was, their favorite thing too, they love the new cafeteria. It was such a hit. We went out on the playground, they showed us 4 squares, they played a couple of games for us, it was great. And then at Lamont Annex, Dr. S, she found in her filing cabinet the 75th anniversary of Lamont School. We went through every single thing. My mother actually taught at that school many years ago. But just seeing all these names, we got to walk across the street, we met teachers and we met students on the playground. We then went to, some had to go, so 2 of us went to Smalley School, which is my old school. And boy, what a walk down memory lane. So many changes to the school since I was there. But it was Mr. Eakin who walked us through, and then he took us outside because, as you know, we have that beautiful new digital sign, and on it said, welcome to Smalley class of 1974. So we posed, and then he sent me a text and he goes, you know what, I'm gonna leave it up for the weekend in case anybody wants to come and get their picture taken. And I will tell you, there were a number of alumni who went to Smalley to get their picture taken. But the two things that stuck out the most, one, the calmness in every single school we went into. There was this atmosphere of learning, and it was just calm. It was energetic, but peaceful. It was wonderful to see. And the other, and the committee members kept saying this over and over, the positive relationships between students and their teachers and students and teachers with the administration. It was, because they were like, our principals didn't do this, our principals didn't know. It was like such a different feeling. And I have to tell you, Dr. Freeman, thank you. He spent over 2 hours with us. We were like a company that wouldn't leave. But we just had such a fabulous time. And I will tell you that there were others at the reunion who were like, can we go see the school? But it was just such a wonderful community outreach between alumni and now the administrators and teachers, staff, everybody. It was phenomenal. And I have to clap for you guys because our cheeks were hurting. We were smiling so much. So I think
I'll tell you, I could talk about it, but I want to commend you guys on accepting something new, people coming to school during the day, which I know is something different, but I wanted to do it because I wanted them to see the great things that you're making happen in school. Like I said in our meeting earlier this week, nothing happens in that school without your leadership, so I want to commend you on that. And the way you embrace the alumni, I'll tell you, I know they're gonna go out to the community and talk about the great things that are happening, which is very important for us to do because sometimes people only know things that are drummed up on social media, but coming into the school and seeing things firsthand, the comment about the calm and the positive relationships, that's what we're striving for. They got to see it, so now the word's gonna spread. So I commend you for that, I really do. As far as the alumni, I'll tell you, I was very moved. I was very moved because of the fact that it was 50 years ago, and they were able to pinpoint in these hallways where certain things happened, the history of their school, tell us about certain classrooms and Mr. this one and Mr. that one, and all of these special things, but what showed most was the pride. The pride that everyone takes in being from Bound. It was amazing. I was very, very moved by it, and it was, it made spending all that time, it made it worth it. It was a pleasure for me. It was a long, but it was a pleasure for me. So hats off to you all, and for giving us some tradition. We appreciate it. As much as you appreciate us, we appreciate you.
I have one more thing. We had students who moved in, their junior, sophomore year, who came to the reunion from Maine, from Tucson, Arizona, because they said, you know what, I made friends in high school, but it wasn't like Bellbrook. And that really is what Bellbrook is. So again, thank you.
No, it's a great reminder that, we are in the business of making memories every day when these kids show up for school. So it gives you a reminder to take that to heart. So thank you very much, Dr. Freeman, and your entire team for putting that together. And Sue, glad you guys.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
All right. You sure you don't want to say anything else though? No, I'm teasing. All right. Any other comments or questions on section number 9? All right. Hearing none, Mr. Gorski, roll call, please.
Mr. Bell?
Yes.
Mr. Dawson?
Yes.
Ms. Casino?
Yes.
Ms. Carlton?
Yes, except abstain from 9.7, 9.12, 9.14, 9.25 to 9.28, and 9.45.
Mr. Zupko? Yes. Mr. Minhas?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mr. Janussi?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I have received no other matters to come before the board. So at this time, we are open for new business. If there's any matters that were not on the agenda tonight, that the committee members would like to raise. All right, hearing none, we are open to the public now for discussion. So same stipulation rules apply. If you're in the room, step down to the podium, sign in with name and affiliation. Everybody gets an opportunity to speak for these 5 minutes, and I don't see anybody in the room. Do we have anybody on?
Nobody's online.
Nobody on. All right, so at this time, we are open up to item 13, which is executive session. Be it resolved, that the Falmouth Board of Education enter executive session as allowed by NJS at 10:4-11 for the purpose of. Just 7.
That's, do we wanna, is there anything? Number you have to say no.
Thank you. So just number 7. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bowell. Second.
Second.
I'm gonna give it to Ms. Rosino since she hasn't been on hold yet. All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned to executive. All right, welcome back. We are up, nothing to move coming out of executive session, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Mr. Bell?
Second.
Mr. Zup, all in favor? Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
See you in a month.